Hey there, bookwords. It's Jessie Tuckerman from RoundRobinWrites.com here with another very exciting episode of On the Books. So I'm sure that you can hear it in my voice, but I am a little sick. I am hopefully moving forward and getting over that, but only time of stuffy noses will tell. In any case, I want to talk today about The 100, Season 4, Episode 1. So we pick right up where Season 3 left off, which is that Clark pulled the kill switch on Allie, and everyone in Polis is now waking up because they're no longer under the effect of the chip. This includes about 1,000 Ice Nation warriors. But because Rowan was wounded, Echo is taking charge and being incredibly totalitarian. Not that that is out of the realm of possibility in this particular world. So we get to see how different relationships are reacting to this. Off screen, we have, well, they're not really off screen, but outside of Polis, we have Raven, Monty, Jasper, and Monty's girlfriend, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me right now. Come to me later and I'll edit it back in, or probably not, who knows. But they are back at Arcadia, and all they saw was code. So is everybody okay? They don't know. So they're working on fixing the radio to get that information to them. Then there's John and Emori, and Emori is waking up in a place where her kind, those who are disfigured by the radiation, are forbidden. And so she wants to get out of Dodge as quick as possible. And John wants her to come with them to Arcadia. And of course, the people on the Ark are kind of stupid, right? They make terrible decisions, which is why we watch the show, just to see what terrible decision they're going to make next. And in going up to ask and say, hey, can we come back? Can we do this? They are coming up with another stupid plan, and John is just like, you know what? Done with you people. Which, quite frankly, who would have thought that John Murphy would turn out to be the smartest person on the show? But that's a different topic for a different discussion video. In terms of other relationships that we're waiting to see, there is Clark and Rowan, where, if you're part of that smash them together kind of feeling, good for you, but that's not where I'm going with this. Rowan promised his friendship to Clark and to protect and honor the coalition, including the 13th clan of Sky Crew. Well, Rowan's kind of unconscious and might die if they don't get better medicine and better medical treatment for him, so they break into his room and fix him so that he can wake up. I think the best line, the best scene this episode was when Rowan woke up and he's just like, oh my god, you people, there's always something with you people. I just... But I did particularly enjoy that scene. By the end of the episode, John and Emori are off. Jaha, Kane, and Abby are coming to terms with the fact that they really genuinely have no idea how to be down on Earth. They don't know the culture of the Grounders. They didn't deal with it. And that is really the children who have grown up. And I think that is something that I believe all YA literature and all teen entertainment should really address. And, parents and kids should totally sit down and watch together and discuss, because there is a moment when your baby is no longer a baby, and you need to give them the space and realize that they are capable of making adult decisions. Now, in Clark's case, her adult decisions tend to mean dead bodies everywhere, so maybe she's not the best example of that. But I digress. I think Jaha is probably going to have the hardest arc this season, because he thought that he found this enlightenment. He was coming to terms with the death of his son. He was coming to terms with sending 100 children, really, 100 children to what ultimately could have been their deaths, plural, for all of them. And, he's wondering if the ends really do justify the means. And I think he's starting to see that no, his particular means do not justify that. Kane is similar. He's like, I did these things to protect my people, and that's where Clark is too. It's something that comes out of her mouth pretty much every episode. I'm doing it for my people. I'm doing it for my people, and everyone's like, are you really? Because every time you do something, we say, no, Clark, don't. Literally every episode of the 100 is Clark. No, Clark is just like, Clark, yes! But in any case, back to the 100. I'm really eager to see where this particular season is going. So I did finally read The 100 by Cass Morgan. And of course, there are a few more books in the series. I read the first one. And to be honest, if I had read the book and then watched the show, I probably honestly would not have gone and watched the show. Now that is the mark of a very good adaptation, is that it works reverse. So we have actually a lot of TV adaptations of books. There's Series of Unfortunate Events, there's Handmaid's Tale, Anne of Green Gables is coming, Shadowhunters, of course, which I hate, but that's a different story. And the 100. Now, the 100, I could honestly live without having read that book. I can't believe I said that. And I don't mean that as terrible as that came out, but I mean that in the sense they are doing such a good job with world building on the show that I don't feel like I am missing things from the book. In fact, we've completely altered characters and arcs from the book, and on some of them, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that totally makes more sense. But spoilers, in the book, Clark's parents were experimenting on children and giving them radiation poisoning to see if they could survive on the ground. Wow. I mean, that's huge. That is a really big, oh my goodness. But in the TV show, of course, her mother betrayed her father and he was sent out, so one of her parents is still around. I think I would rather have seen her parents experimenting on these kids and Clark coming to grips with that. I think that should have stayed the same. Other particular arcs where like characters are pregnant and having abortions and going to jail and getting pardons, and some people are on the space station and some people are on the ground, and there were too many viewpoints to follow in text. Now, I know some people really love having multiple viewpoints. I've got friends that absolutely love reading books where like every chapter is a new viewpoint and you go through essentially the same scene 5 times, but you're getting everybody's reaction, so ultimately you are getting the truth. I don't especially like reading like that, but I do like watching like that, if that makes any sense. I hope that it makes. In any case, this video is obviously very late. I was hoping that I would have not the voice of a 40-year-old smoker so that I could do this video. Obviously, that's not the... Tomorrow night, episode 2 premieres, and I will hopefully record my immediate reactions to that, as well as having watched it over and over and over again. In other news, I have this awesome box of tissues, but also my copy of King's Cage came in, and let's talk about how excited I am to finally read this book. Even though I actually wrote a blog piece lately about why I'm not excited about book series, I am actually excited to read this. I feel the need to clarify. I am just, worried, as I think we all get with a book series, that takes a little long to come out, and they build up a lot of hype, and then maybe it doesn't meet up with the hype. So I'm hoping that this meets up with the hype, because Glass Sword had sagging middle syndrome until the very end when all the action happens. So I'm hoping this opens with a lot of action so that I fly through it and I tell you how much I loved it, because I really do love Victoria Aveyard's writing. In any case, if you liked the video, please make sure to subscribe and comment below. Tell us other books, tell us your thoughts, tell me you disagree with me. I don't care. I will probably respond. Anywho, I will see you this time next week, or probably sooner than that, because tomorrow night is when the episode comes out, and I want to make sure that I get a more timely video in. And maybe I will actually sound like an actual person, and not this big hot sickness. But in any case, toodles! See you guys!